All right, well, our good friend Dave Christensen was in next with a few things from the sorting table. And this is a importer that has got a lot of great small producers from Burgundy and from other areas of France, and even a few things from California. Today we started out with a wine from a Pinot Gris from Washington. And actually, I'm sorry, we had a Pinot Gris first from Alto Adige, from St. Michael Epan, and this is a co-op. And supposedly these growers get paid according to what cuvee their grapes make it in. So this gives them incentive to make the best possible fruit you can, or to grow the best possible fruit you can. A lot of times in these co-ops, you don't find a really high quality wine for that reason, because there's no incentive for the growers to produce better juice. They're getting paid by the ton. So, well, this wine wasn't that impressive, though. I mean, this is their entry-level wine, but I don't know if this theory is working out well for this winery. But a nice little wine, kind of light, Pinot Grigio-esque, and very clean and lean. A little tangy citrus fruit and a dose of minerality showing up on the finish. Not a bad wine, but $17 a bottle. Not really that exciting either. Substance Pinot Gris from Washington, a little bit more exciting. This wine had a little bit more substance, as the name would indicate, and grapes coming from the Yakima Valley for the most part, and had some lovely floral notes to the nose, a bit of a sweet tart-like fruit, some lovely zesty acidity showing up on the finish. Fresh and clean, a really nice little version of this varietal. And then we had the Domaine Zinnobrich Gewurztraminer, Herrenweg de Turckheim. And as you know, there are no Premier Crus in Alsace, just Grand Crus. This is just a Leodea named vineyard, but from the greatest producer in Alsace, or one of them, Domaine Zinnobrich. Lovely concentration you get in their wines. They crop at very low levels. 100% organic biodynamic farming here, and we've got a great price on this. Just noticed we've got it at half the regular price. It's regularly $60 a bottle, $30.50. Lovely bouquet of lavender, lychee nut fruit, peach, and kind of a flinty note, minerality note to this wine as well. Lovely richness on the palate with that lovely peach showing up there again, and some sweet perfume floral notes. Nice freshness with a hint of white pepper spice showing up at the end. Excellent version of this varietal Gewurztraminer. Next up, a wine called Bacio di Vino, their Pazzo, which is Sangiovese and Cabernet and Viognier from Napa Valley. And you know how I feel about Italian varietals outside of Italy. For the most part, they don't make very interesting and unique wines. This wine, even though it had a little bit of that savoriness that you get from Sangiovese, still to me tasted more like California Cabernet, which is inevitably what happens to Sangiovese when you plant it in other places outside of Tuscany. But a decent little wine, just not something that I'm really into. And then, hark, Sangiovese from Tuscany, Castello Chianti Classico 2006. Now that's a Sangiovese, huh? Now this wine smells like Tuscany, like Sangiovese just belongs there. Lovely dried porcini, fresh plowed earth, black truffles, a nice amount of that wild strawberry and red plum fruit. Fairly complex, very stylish and balanced on the tongue. 2006 is a great vintage in Tuscany, one that has just layers of flavors, and it's going to need a little bit of time, but this a great example of Chianti. Leaves your tongue salivating for food, something I just love about European old world style wines. Excellent example of Sangiovese in this Chianti Classico. And then a wine from Washington State, Waters Cabernet Sauvignon, which they make some fabulous Cabernet Sauvignon in Washington. Some of the best values coming out of this country in terms of Cabernet coming from Washington today. This wine a little hefty on the price, $50, but a nice wine, some lovely ripe black cherry and red currant berry fruit on the nose, a nice hand of spice and sweet tobacco-like notes, a hint of vanilla spice, mostly American and French oak. Well, a combination of both American and French oak, rather. And you notice a little bit of that American oak, a little bit of that dill character that you get in wines like Silver Oak. Big and chewy wine on the tongue, a lot of that sweet cherry and currant berry fruit showing up on the palate. Firm tannins, nicely balanced acidity, and a good hand of spice showing up on the finish. A nice little Columbia Valley Cabernet from Waters. All right, well, that's what I had to drink yesterday, folks. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasone, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.